Redacting RCAs without losing clarity, professional English. Welcome! Today we'll craft RCAs that are clear, useful, and safe. The goal is to explain an incident without exposing secrets or private details. That means balancing transparency, what happened, why, and how we fixed it, with confidentiality, protecting people, customers, and systems. We'll show how to share meaningful causes, actions, and outcomes while following your company's policy and legal obligations. By the end, you'll know how to keep the story intact, avoid unnecessary risk, and give stakeholders exactly what they need to learn and move forward. Redact personal data like names, emails, phone numbers, and IP addresses to protect privacy and meet compliance requirements. Remove secrets such as keys, tokens, passwords, and internal URLs. These enable abuse if leaked. Hide sensitive security context, including exact configurations, versions, and niche vendor details that help attackers. Protect business-sensitive data like customer IDs, contract numbers, revenue figures, and unpublished prices to avoid legal or competitive harm. The principle: if a detail enables impersonation, targeted attacks, or business inference, mask it and keep only what's necessary to understand the incident. Aim to mask specifics, but keep the meaning. Replace unique values with descriptions that preserve cause and effect. Use stable placeholders like less than service A greater than, less than cluster east greater than, or less than customer 1 greater than, so readers can follow threads across the document. Generalize numbers and times. Use ranges or orders of magnitude. For example, low hundreds, about 30 minutes. Aggregate data. Instead of listing unique request IDs or host names, summarize patterns and counts. These methods keep your RCA accurate, readable, and safe. No secrets, but all the lessons intact. Before, API key ABC123 leaked via repo. That's risky because it exposes a specific secret and location. After, an authentication credential leaked via source control. The action, leak, vector, source control, and impact remain identical, but identifiers are removed. This is the key habit. Remove identifiers, not causality. Keep what explains the problem and the fix. Strip what could be exploited. If the original phrasing points to a unique value or path, replace it with a neutral description that preserves the chain of events. Focus on the mechanism, not the brand or model. For example, say, rate limiter misconfiguration, instead of naming a vendor appliance. Refer to roles, not people. Use on-call engineer or incident commander, not personal names. Mention the tier, not the exact host. Edge cache tier instead of a host name. Summarize logs. Describe the pattern and error classes rather than pasting raw lines with tokens or IDs. This keeps your analysis sharp and reproducible without handing out a blueprint for attack or exposing private details. Use relative time markers like T+5 or T+30 to show sequence without revealing calendar data. Group repetitive events, for example, 5 retries over 10 minutes, to reduce noise in unique traces. Highlight decision points and owners by role. SRE on-call escalates to security at T+25. If you must include sensitive evidence, link to a restricted appendix and note its location, rather than embedding raw data. The result is a concise timeline that teaches clearly while staying compliant and safe to share. Use neutral phrasing that preserves meaning. Try a credential instead of API key X. Use placeholders like less than customer 1 greater than for real client names. Say, endpoint in the auth path instead of the full URL. Prefer configuration deviation for exact flags or toggles you can't expose. Other helpful swaps: internal repository for named repos, observed spike in error rate for specific codes when details are sensitive, and compute node in the batch tier instead of a hostname. These patterns keep your RCA consistent and safe. Before publishing, run an automated PII/secret scan and do a peer review with security or compliance. Ask, does the meaning survive redaction? If someone new reads this, can they understand cause, impact, and fix? Ensure placeholder consistency across the document so narratives align. Be openly transparent about unknowns and what's still being investigated, and clearly state remediations and owners. The outcome should be a trustworthy RCA, informative, shareable, and safe, delivering lessons without leaking data.